we've got another Fusion champion being announced. Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and I'm supposed to be on stream right now, but I've got to get this video out talking about this new champion that is being announced. I'm going to react to the kit live and give you a first reaction. I have not seen it yet, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's just go ahead and dive right into the big stuff to cover here. So this is what the champion is going to look like right here. And then let me pull up the kit. I cropped it in the video, but I have not read it yet. So let's go over this live. And by the way, this will be launching in about 2 weeks. They're going to be doing, it's called a Fusion event. So going to be a little bit different than the Fragment event that you're seeing right now for Yoshi. This will be one of those where you've got a bunch of rares that fuse into epics, and then those epics fuse into this champion right here. So gonna be more of the old school style type of event, and I wonder if it's gonna be a bunch of new champions or a blend of some new champions. Recently, some of these fusion events have been like they release 22 new champions and the whole thing is new champions, and then you acquire those new champions either by pulling shards or participating in events where you can get them as rewards and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how this one will be done. We don't see the structure or the champions involved in it yet. But this guy is going to be a dwarf who is called Under Priest Brogni. And gonna be dwarf, obviously, legendary support champion based on magic affinity. So, alright, we've got an A1, attack 1. I don't like when we can't see the cooldowns and what the books do. We have no clue. This guy's going to take 15 books or 7 books, and we have no clue how these cooldowns and chances are affected. But I'm going to do my best to see what this guy's all about here. So the A1 is going to be attack 1 enemy with a chance to place HP burn for 2 turns. You can probably, I'm going to guess you can get that up to like 60%. It's probably like, there's probably like 2 books that are plus 5% and then plus 10%, so it probably gets around 60 or something. But that'll be great for certain Doom Tower situations, placing HP burn. Then we've got the A2, an AoE attack with a 75% chance. I bet you can book that up to 100. It's probably like a book for 10 and then a book for 15. So it's probably books to 100% chance of removing 1 random buff from all enemies. An AoE attack that has buff strip, that's very cool. Then a 75% chance that you can probably book to 100 of removing a random debuff from all allies and increase the value of shield buffs on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. So, awesome. I've been kind of saying live on stream when I'm just talking with people and stuff, the next power creep that we're going to get in Raid is going to be champions that both remove buffs from enemies and cleanse debuffs from allies in one ability. Because right now, currently in the game, you need someone like Saris who does buff strip, or you need someone like Raglan or whatever that's going to cleanse debuffs on your allies. The next power creep I'm thinking that we'll get is stuff like this, where you have one ability that both does AoE buff strip and AoE debuff cleanse on one champion. And here it is. Now it's coming. Alright, so that is a very, very good ability. Very impactful. Lots of guaranteed value. You're going to be both stripping buffs from enemies while also cleansing debuffs on your allies. And on top of that, you're going to be doing some damage. And on top of that, you're going to be increasing the value of current shields. Obviously going to be a great candidate for someone like the Scarab, and a great boss for progression at almost every area of the game, really. An ability like that is pretty insane. So, oh, we do see the cooldown there. Oh, okay, well, that proves I'm doing this live. Okay, I was complaining about the cooldowns. We do see the cooldown of 4. I bet you can book that down to 3. So yeah, that A2 is going to be absolutely insane. Then we've got the A3. Place a block debuffs buff and a 50% increase attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Great. Also places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns, equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. The shield buff cannot be removed. Wow. So that's on a 5-turn cooldown. It probably books to 4 if I had to guess. We don't know if it books to 4 or 3, but it starts out at 5. Yeah, so more buff manipulation and shielding, and an increased attack buff to boot. So yeah, pretty good ability there. Then we've got whenever an ally under, so this must be a, yeah, this is a passive. Whenever an ally under a shield buff is attacked, reflects 25% of the damage inflicted. This is just passive inherent value based on something that he already does by placing shields himself. Also heals that ally by 25% of the damage inflicted on the shield. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate. So that means if you get 2 of this guy, you won't be getting like double the healing and stuff. But yeah, okay. So this guy is insane. This is a really, really good champion. Gonna be amazing almost anywhere. The worst area will probably be the clan boss, but it's going to fit into so many different Doom Tower teams and so many different dungeon progression teams to help out early to mid game players. And yeah, going to be a really, really good fusion to go for. And one of the better fusions we've gotten in a long time, probably. I'm going to give this champion like an A or A+. There's so much cool stuff going on here that he's going to be bringing to the game. And also, don't forget Faction Wars. Dwarves are one of the toughest factions to complete. This guy is going to be placing shields to help you survive that hard-hitting attack from the Dwarf 21 boss that ignores defense, and then also getting a little bit of healing based on the boss hitting that shield. So not only helping you stay alive, but helping you sustain. And then that boss can be a little bit of a DPS race. He's got an increased attack buff on all allies as well. So absolutely insane champion. It's going to be a champion we are all going to want to make sure and go after in the fusion if it's realistic to do so. But unfortunately, we don't know exactly how it's going to be structured. But so far, so good in terms of how they designed the champion. Should be a lot of fun to play around with. And then while we're here, we might as well really quickly get you caught up on everything going on in game right now. So there is a tournament going on for the Classic Arena. You'll want to keep an eye on that for the next couple of days. Also, the Champion Chase coinciding with the 10X that is currently live and going on. You can see the portal changed, and then these are the champions that are in the 10X. I've already done a dedicated video on the 10X yesterday, so if you want to check that out, it's my second most recent video. I'll try to remember to put a link up there for a card if you want to check out the dedicated video on the 10X, but that is going on right now, which is why you see the Champion Chase tournament right here. Now, one thing worth noting is there's going to be a spider tournament starting tomorrow, and this is going to be a big deal because we just had the launch of the Shadowkin faction. So one of those times where you're gonna need to grind up some accessories for a new faction, which is hard. Every time they release a new faction, it gets harder because there's more other factions diluting the pool, which I wish they would give each player a resource like an XP banner that you can claim, where it like doubles the odds of getting accessories for a certain faction. We're starting to get so many factions in the game that we need something like that. Getting an accessory for the faction you're looking for 1 out of every 15 runs or whatever it is going to be really painful to get new factions up and running. But it would be a fun idea to have a resource where like a Shadowkin banner, and you claim it, and then you're like double or triple as likely to get accessories when farming the spider or something. Would be a fun idea to add to raid. But anyway, that spider tournament's going to be something you want to grind if it's realistic for you and you've got some energy lying around because of the new faction. Then champion training also going to be starting tomorrow, and right now you definitely want to keep an eye on the artifact enhancement event and make sure you get to 2625 to scoop up the champion fragments that are up for grabs in that. And then it's also same concept in the dungeon divers. You're going to want to at least get to 2500, but you've still got the rest of the day here to make sure you get up to 4500. I'm going to try for that. I want to get to 4500 and scoop up the fragments outside of summoning events whenever they're available, because sometimes getting the fragments from summoning events can get pretty expensive pretty quick. And we can head on to the shop and see if there's anything worth noting here. Okay, so we've got a void offer. Okay, and we've got 50. And it's going to be 14 voids. And then we've got 500 gems. Okay, and 500k on the silver. 1.96. Yeah, not quite good enough in my opinion. It's close, but this should have been a $40 offer, and then I'd be more in the market to buy it. Monthly pack is 2.45 if you're curious on how that one grades out. 6-star stun set. Don't see stun set a lot in the shop, but $25 is too expensive for the artifact pack. Ooh, we got a pack string coming through. So what these are is usually, I'll put this away for a second. It's usually a couple bad offers, and then you get an insane offer at the end. Typically, not really worth it. It's gonna go like 15, and then 20, and then 25, and then this one will be really cheap and worth it. But just by the looks at it here, you still only get 7 for 5. So yeah, this one's looking like it's not going to be a good deal in my opinion. But if anybody bought all of them, go ahead and let us know down in the comments below what the exact cost and what you're getting is, so that people would know. If you've done that, I would greatly appreciate it. But just my impression here, it's not going to be something I buy. It doesn't look super worth it in my opinion. But that'll do it for this one. I will pull this up really quick if you want a refresher course on the Fusion Champion. That's going to be coming in about 2 weeks when that event starts. So they're really churning out the new champions and the events and the fragment events, the fusion events. So we gotta stay on our toes here and be ready for this one, because this champion is going to be really good in my opinion. It's going to be somebody you definitely want on your account. So I would spend the next couple weeks getting resources prepped, saving those energy refills, and making sure you're ready to go after this guy, because I think it's going to be somebody that you're definitely going to want. So that'll do it for this one. And as always, I will put a link down below in a pinned comment. When I do update videos like this, I go live right after I send them out. So if you want to come hang out for a few hours, play some raid, talk about some of the stuff going on, I will be live. If you see that comment, I will be live at that moment. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.